Okay, so this video is all about sentence variety. Well, what is sentence variety? Sentence variety usually describes writing that has either a variety of sentence structures, different types of sentences, or a variety of sentence lengths, as in word count. So, sentence structures are the patterns that your sentences follow. Like some are just really straightforward, no nonsense. You have a subject and you have a verb. I ran. Other sentences are going to have a more complicated structure, like you might have a dependent clause. When she woke up late, she knew she wouldn't make it to class on time. So those are different structures. Now you also have the issue of sentence length, which can vary from everything, 2 word sentence to I ran, all the way up to like William Faulkner's famous 1,288 word sentence in Absalom, Absalom, or even longer. Sentences can go on and on. The average effective sentence length is between 15 and 30 words. That's where you want to be. But you should also strike a balance between short, average, and long sentences. So let's take a look at a paragraph here. We have, as World War I ended, Germany's monarchy abdicated and fled to Holland. The resulting vacuum was filled by the Weimar Republic, the first democratic regime ever to take power in Germany. The republic was named after the city of Weimar, where many German intellectuals and artists, including Goethe, Schiller, and Bach, had once resided. By associating itself with Germany's cultural history, the new government attempted to establish legitimacy by appealing to the pride the German populace took in their culture. Clearly, cultural and intellectual pursuits were an important aspect of German public life. Okay, let's pull this thing apart. As World War I ended, Germany's monarchy abdicated and fled to Holland. So this sentence begins with a dependent clause, naming a time, as World War I drew to a close, and then it ends with a complete clause, an independent clause. Germany's monarchy abdicated and fled to Holland. It's a fairly short sentence, it's only 12 words. So that's our first sentence. When you get variety, you need your other sentences to be a little bit different. So let's see. The resulting vacuum was filled by the Weimar Republic, the first democratic regime ever to take power in Germany. So this opens with a pretty straightforward subject and verb. We have vacuum was filled, but its average length, it's a little longer at about 19 words. So, it's a little different than the first one. Moving on to the next sentence, we have, by associating itself with Germany's cultural history, the new government attempted to establish legitimacy by appealing to the pride the German populace took in their culture. So this pattern is different from the previous two. It has a descriptive phrase at the very beginning, that by associating itself with Germany's cultural history, and then it closes with a complete sentence, new government attempted to establish legitimacy. This is a long sentence. It's 26 words long. That's not a bad thing. It's just different, and that's what you want. You want variety in your sentences. Moving on, we have the last one. Clearly, cultural and intellectual pursuits were an important aspect of German public life. This is just straightforward subject and verb, but it's got a little bit of variety because we have that little clearly at the beginning. And again, this is a short sentence. It's only 13 words. So that paragraph has a lot of variety, both in structure and in length. Let's look at another paragraph. The TV show Arrested Development is about a wealthy family. The family loses its fortune after the father goes to prison. The father had engaged in nefarious business practices. The middle son, Michael, tries to fix everything. The rest of his family only worry about themselves. They make huge mistakes. That paragraph does not have a lot of variety. Let's pull it apart. The TV show Arrested Development is about a wealthy family. Okay, well, we have a subject, show, and we have a verb, is, and a prepositional phrase, about a wealthy family. It's short, it's only 10 words. Moving on, the family loses its fortune after the father goes to prison. Well, we have subject, family, verb, loses, and a direct object here. We have fortune, family loses fortune. And we also have this dependent clause, after the father goes to prison, but it's still fairly short at only 11 words. Moving on, we have the father had engaged in nefarious business practices. Subject, verb, we have a prepositional phrase here, in nefarious business practices, but again, the sentence is really short. It's only 8 words. Moving on, we have the middle son, Michael, tries to fix everything. Again, we have a subject, middle son, we have a verb, and we've added an infinitive phrase, the to fix everything, but the sentence is still very short, only 8 words. The rest of his family only worry about themselves. We have a subject, a verb, and a prepositional phrase, but remember, all of these sentences are starting with subjects and verbs, and again, they're all very short. This one's only 9 words. And the last sentence, they make huge mistakes. We have subject, verb, direct object. And that's incredibly short at only 4 words. Not to say that short sentences are bad, just that when you have so many of them in a row, it gets really repetitive. Let's take a look at this paragraph if we were to revise it and add more variety. The TV show Arrested Development is about a wealthy family which loses its fortune after the father goes to prison. To keep the family wealthy, the father had engaged in nefarious business practices. While the middle son, Michael, tries to fix everything, the rest of his family just gets into trouble. In the process, they all make huge mistakes. So let's pull this paragraph apart. In that very first sentence, we have combined the two ideas, and it's an average length. It's about 20 words. So we're starting off with average. Moving on to the next sentence, we have more of a logical connection here. In order to keep the family wealthy, that's why the father engaged in those nefarious business practices. And this is a short sentence, 13 words, but it's variety from the average sentence we had before. Moving on to the next part, we have while the middle son, Michael, tries to fix everything. So now we've added a dependent clause here to the beginning. We've shaken up the sentence structure. It also combines those ideas, and this is an average sentence at about 18 words. Now, for this final sentence, we have in the process, they all make huge mistakes. This nicely sums up the entire idea of the paragraph. And it's short, it's only 8 words. But the point here is that you have variety. Overall, you just want to remember to vary your sentences in terms of structure, how they're set up, and length, that's word count, so that your writing just doesn't seem repetitive.